There is a super simple form provided by Spotify to apply to be on their official playlist. But did you know that Spotify has preferred distributors? Do you really know what to write in that box that says, describe your song? Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, I'm Jen Leah from Women in Stereo. Hello to all the newbies out there, and welcome back to all my loyal subscribers. Today I want to talk about those official Spotify playlists that have upwards of millions of followers and daily listeners that break artists every single day, what you can do to get on one and properly prepare your release for submission. Independent artists and indie record labels, I'm talking to you. Starting from the absolute beginning, be brutally honest with yourself about your music. Anybody can release music on Spotify nowadays. There are currently upwards of 50 million songs on that platform, 40,000 songs submitted every single day. That is a truly disheartening amount of competition. A very small percentage of these songs get picked by some high up Spotify employee up there who are hired specifically to pick songs for these playlists for the listeners that sometimes exclusively rely on these playlists to find good and new music. Keyword here is good. Are your songs up to par with all this competition? I don't care if you recorded this song in a studio or if you recorded it in your bedroom. Does it sound studio quality? Could it be a little bit better if you had a singing lesson, or maybe you hired a session musician to come in and spice things up? My point is, make sure it's the best you can do. Make sure it don't sound like you just recorded it in the shower after eating a whole box of Reese's Pieces. Jeremy Elrick, Spotify's new co-head of music strategy, is quoted saying, editorial decisions are based purely on the quality of the song and its fit in the playlist. I was just telling the label that everyone emailing me doesn't increase your chances of getting on a playlist at all. Dang though, I really want some Reese's Pieces now, y'all. If you got your music sounding right and you're ready to put it in the ring, now it's time to talk about distribution. This is a recurring theme I talk about in my videos, and I feel like I eventually just need to make a whole video about it because there's so many different options and so many reasons to pick different ones, and it gets so overwhelming. And as for this video, because I'm specifically talking about Spotify playlists and how to win the Spotify algorithm game, I'm going to tell you that Spotify actually has some preferred distributors, and they are DistroKid, CD Baby, and so it's something to think about because I know that there's a lot of cheaper distributors out there, and I know some of them might fit better for you, but it is something to think about because the ones I mentioned do have a little bit more pull when it comes to Spotify. After you choose the right distributor, before you release any music, I want you to look at your Spotify profile. Is it up to date? Does it have a well thought out professional biography? Does it have professional pictures? These are just a few things you need to set yourself apart from the average Joan just throwing their music out there on Spotify as a hobby. You're a professional artist, so make sure that your Spotify profile looks like a professional artist. This is something that will not only bring you more fans organically, but Spotify does look at this when deciding if you should be on their playlist or not. So now we're up to the part where you're setting your song up for release. No, we're not to the part where you're actually submitting your song to the playlist yet. See how much goes into this? Give yourself about 4 weeks before that song actually drops for promotion, teasers, and to get as many people to pre-save it as possible. What that means is you can set up a link via your distributor and send it out to people to get them to add it to Spotify before the song even comes out, and they'll be notified the day of its actual release. Pre-saves are super important and a new way that Spotify is tracking how successful they think a song is going to be, and they definitely take this into consideration when considering you for a playlist. Okay, y'all, it's playlist submission time. You can submit 7 to 28 days prior to your song's release. You're going to go on Spotify for Artists and find the playlist submission form. This is not a video on how to submit your music, but how to increase your chances on getting picked for one of those playlists, so I'm going to skip over all that. It's easy to find anyway. When you're on the submission form, it's going to ask you a series of questions about the song, where it fits, and a little description box asking you to describe the song. What they really mean by that is pitch the song to us. This is extremely important. There is a lot that goes into this, huh? I mean, you write this amazing song, this absolute banger that would be perfect for a Spotify playlist, but you know nothing about writing a good pitch, and it goes something like this.
I wrote this song when I was going through my last breakup, and I ate a whole pizza and some chocolate too, and I slashed their tires. But I really pulled myself together, and this is about my experience. I really think a large audience will relate to it.
No. This actually might be the most important thing you do when you're submitting your song. Write it out a few times on your phone, your computer, get a few opinions. Make sure that you mention any endorsements that you've gotten from bigger artists, any editorials, any other Spotify playlists that you've ever been in, maybe a big producer's on the song or another big musician. There are playlists that fit really specific niches like LGBTQ or random things like songs about Ireland. I would definitely research these specific playlists that fit either who you are or where your song exactly fits and mention that fit in the pitch. I would really dive into this, y'all. Knowing how to pitch you and your music is a skill that you will need over and over and over again in this industry. And the same goes for y'all indie labels trying to pitch your artists. The thing I love most about Spotify playlists is they truly aren't biased. They're putting huge superstars on major labels in the same pool as independent artists with small fan bases. They're giving everyone a chance to make it, and I love that. I think it's definitely something to put focus on and shoot for. Don't be discouraged if you don't get picked the first time or the fifth time. If you don't ask and you don't try, the answer is always no. So keep trying. Alright, y'all, that's it for this video. If you liked it, you found value in it, please consider subscribing. I have a new music business tip video coming at you every Friday. I also host a podcast featuring up and coming women in music and have a growing community of these amazing women on Instagram at Women in Stereo. So check all that out in the description below. I love y'all. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.